I think we said the mass last public mass was Friday, the 13th of March. It was Friday morning.
That's right.
And you announced them to the people. It's the last public mass. Unfortunately, we have to close the churches.
That's right. That's exactly
It was
right.
Friday.
Until further notice.
Yeah. I think it was very odd for us priests to say to people you can't come for a mass.
I think there was a fear element to it.
Absolutely.
We were afraid too, you see.
We're afraid, because nobody, in the beginning, now we are a little bit aware of the situation, and we learned something about this. But in the beginning, it was like this fear. What's going on there, And you said, I think that's in the beginning, that we expected in the beginning that there will be a lot of
huge COVID death, because we were totally expecting huge COVID
That's
death.
right.
I don't know how about you guys, but I think the silence played a significant role in the liturgies last time, the moments of silence in the church.
That's right.
There's no response sometimes, you have to respond to yourself, and complete silence in the church. It was something.
It was, yeah, it really was, yeah. In many ways it was quite moving, that it was nearly a power of its own, or a force of its own, that you were part of, or were evoking almost, but yes, the silence was stunning. You had to act as if the people were actually in front of you. But they just weren't physically there. They were watching from the webcam. So in that sense, they were there in front of us, but we just couldn't see them. But yet they could see us.
But at the back of your head, you've got this thought that
they're there.
Somebody's watching you,
yes.
Somebody's following you, somebody's responding to you,
right.
even you can't hear it, but people are participating in this, what you do. It is like, let's say, television or something like that.
Well, I don't like to be on camera, to be honest, because I feel the stress sometimes. I manage this somehow because I try to think that it's important for people to see me, well, actually I try to remember that people invited us to their homes by webcam, so I'm just like a guest going there. We all were like guests going there to their homes, so it helped me a lot, because I wasn't doing this for me, or I was doing this. We were doing this for people, so it helped me a lot.
But that's why I always said, welcome to our entry in our home.
Yes.
Because this is our home.
This is our
So we were welcomed them into our home.
Yeah.
And I think that was one of the things that they liked about it. I felt it was important for us to do something via the internet, for the want of a better word, and because Christoph came to me and said, what are we going to do? What could we try, or what could we whatever? And I said, well, let me think it over, And I'm very well, I'm a great believer in that you don't complicate things for people. That coming close to God should be easy. It shouldn't be difficult. It should be something that is natural to us. It shouldn't be something that we dread. And then I love praying at night anyway. I'm not a morning prayer at all, folks. Sorry. But I'm a night prayer, and I love to get time at night to stop and reflect on my day and my actions and my words and so on and so forth. So that's when I come up with the idea, well, why not let us do simple rosary with night prayer? Because it's what we do anyway. And I also felt it was very, very important that people saw us pray. And I have to say, I never thought for one moment the reaction was going to be what it was.
Well, we started with a very simple thing. We started with what we already had, which is a Facebook page. And I thought, well, I've got a laptop with my webcam, and there's a microphone, so we can start do something like that. And shortly we realized that it is not good enough. You know how it is. If you start doing something, you'd like to do it on
Do it well, yes, that's
Yeah.
right.
So then we started, improving a little bit sound, because there was some issues with sound. And I discovered that I've got my camera, my Canon, my old photo camera, and this camera I can probably plug into computer and got a good picture. So yeah, did some resources, checked something in internet, how to connect your Canon to your computer and make it a webcam. And of course, there's a lot of stuff in the internet. So yeah, I followed the recipe, let's say, and it worked. So that was first step, and then second step. This more important was always complaints about sound quality, and because this microphone which is in my laptop is quite close to, let's say, to the fan, and the fan, when it works, it creates strange noise. So it was like a background noise, and we couldn't do it. And then there was this solution, and Mark, you bought it, this beautiful microphone here. Simple but good, and then we developed a few things, because the microphone was on the very short cable, so that was quite difficult. Then we need to buy extend cable, which was quite complicated, and there was an extend cable to the camera. And in the meantime, I broke my laptop, so
we were running at 50% of a laptop.
yeah.
But he managed it, give him his due.
There was one particular night crucial for us, and it was exactly before Easter. It was like a Wednesday in Holy Week, when Facebook changed their changed their layout.
Yes.
You remember
Settings,
disaster.
Settings, that's right.
Settings, layout, whatever it was, And then we discovered that we need another program to stream, because in the previous version of the website, this stream facility, let's say inside, let's say the Facebook. Now it is like outsourcing, so we need to find another program to do the streaming, proper streaming. So, and there was another, it was quite busy time for every one of us, and I need also.
Now you were stressed that night, Christoph?
Oh, I was really. I was. Probably it was some delay when we started, such a kind of things, yeah. But then I need to quickly, do some research and learn how to operate this program. And now, I think after this 100 days, 100 nights, we achieved something
We
good.
did, yeah, definitely. And something that turned out to be more worthwhile than we ever thought it would be.
That's right, because
More valuable, more whatever. Than we could
people
ever
from Spain can join us, people from London can join, of course, Polish people, and also I'm glad that we can we use Polish language and
that was a great boost, I thought.
Italian.
also Italian,
I thought that was
Latin,
magnificent, yeah.
Irish.
Irish, Colum help us some.
Sometimes,
I thought it was magnificent, the different languages coming out of this little room,
Yeah.
go across the world.
Diversity of the church in Newry. Well, I think in that sense, this lockdown was fruitful. We went a little bit to this area never touched before. I mean, media, but very deep media. It's not like website or Facebook page, but live streaming, like preparing the, let's say, recorded things, like Mark, you did with us, on the, let's say, for the cemetery Sunday. Such a kind of things we can do. Obviously we did, because there was we recorded like
For me, it was
Christmas
totally-
wishes, something like that. But it was like
I
very,
just performed as best I could.
very occasionally. Now we have this like another tool we can use.
Well, I felt, once we could do the night prayer here and we could do Mass live, why couldn't we do those other things? How was the best way to go about it? And we talked about it, which we did, we planned it all.
We planned very carefully.
Very carefully, actually,
Christmas
yes.
especially.
And, You went out to view the graveyards and all.
Yes.
Yeah, he went out and took his camera with him or something, didn't
Oh,
you?
Mark.
Oh, that you
Mark.
two, that's right. Yeah, you and Mark went.
That was Mark.
And, walked it out and looked at it and, sussed the whole thing. And it was the same out in Savin Parish. Brendan came out and looked at each of the graveyards and so on and so forth. But he had a drone. What is it?
Yes, drone, yeah.
And he did all these extra features and all that and put them into the production, But the drone had a wire on the way down and he lost it. So.
Well, in the beginning, I have to say it was very daunting to get up to an empty cathedral with such a big acoustic and just to hear only your own voice coming back at you. But I have to say, after a while, it seemed to become quite natural. Just to begin, introducing in the weekday masses, a kind of entrance hymn and a final hymn. Sometimes, something in the time of communion to give people a chance to have, a little music to reflect to while doing their spiritual communion at home. But it definitely was strange, I have to say, especially the Holy Week services, having the Chrism Mass and Holy Thursday evening, Good Friday, and the Easter Vigil, just myself and Janice playing the keyboard. So that was a bit daunting, especially because I know that the Archbishop is a musician. But we managed to get through it, and I was really grateful to Janice that she could help, because it meant I didn't have to literally do everything, that she could sing some things as well. And I think people were very grateful as well to hear some music in the background, to have a bit of accompaniment over the Easter week. So in the 2 weeks before lockdown started, when I met Florence, we went over to the choir practice in the Parish Pastoral Centre, and she gave us the book of the Psalms that Father Seamus Moore had written. So it wasn't the first time. I think I've heard a couple of the settings of the Psalms before. I can't remember exactly where I've heard them, but it could be that they used them in Armagh Cathedral. But I don't want to swear to that. So it was nice to be able to use those as much as I could.
I thought you played the organ too.
Yeah, I do. I try.
Do you?
No, guitar.
Yes, you're the guitarist.
Dios et salve Maria, del Rocío Señora, luna, sol, noche y día, mi pastora celestial.
Like, we joke about it here, like, the two guys came here for 6 weeks. The lockdown came. How many weeks are you here now?
16. More.
15?
More.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
15. 3.5 months they're here. They're only here for 6 weeks. Oh no, I have to say we did. We bought them a new TV.
Oh.
And I put a new Blu-ray player for them so they wouldn't be lost, wouldn't be feeling left out. And told them that my door was open 24/7. All I had to do was come in and shout. And I'm good at this. Yes, I really am. I just can't imagine what next week's going to be like.
If they go, will be the just emptiness.
It'll be unbelievable, And then I have never been on my own without you two either, so that's going to happen as well.
Yeah.
No, I think for me, the thing that I have to say, if anything, is thank you to all of the people who were continuously thanking us for doing the prayer every night, because for us, that, like Juan Jesus said already, that was really encouraging to see that, you know, there was something that we could do to help you, to be of service in some way, although we couldn't physically be in contact and we couldn't be in the same room, that at least we could be, you know, spiritually united with you. And also to say thank you for all of your generosity, because we had so many people coming to greet us on the street, or we had a friend in Super Value who always used to say thank you so much for the night prayer, and who used to ask us to keep particular intentions in our thoughts and prayers for the particular days that we'd met with her. And also we had a few people who gave us gifts, which were very surprising. I remember once we went into Marks and Spencer, and a lady very generously handed us the box of biscuits as we were leaving. And I was so stunned I didn't really know what to say apart from thank you very much. But that for me really was a sign of, you know, the presence of God there in something that we were doing, that there was something that had united us in this night prayer, you know, like was said already about this sense of a family. And I think that's really what I took away from it, that it was a chance really to pray in common. And I think that's something that really touched a lot of people, you know, this chance to pray in common, to pray as a family, which, as has been said already, what used to be something very common, but now it's not, you know, for most people it's nice that maybe some families have rediscovered that by being united with us as this kind of family of prayer. So thank you.
Well, I'd just like to add to what Callum said. I guess I want to thank people for their kindness to us, because I would have got loads of little cards sent in thanking myself and the deacons, as they were always called, and the priests, and people put up a few pound in. So I always saved up the few pound, and we would have had a pizza night every so often or something like that, you know. So I have a few pounds saved from all the cards. So we were having a pizza night on Friday night. The five of us were going to chill out with a few pizzas and maybe a little red wine, something like that, you know. Help us sleep all the better. But yes, the compliments never ceased. That's the one thing I would say, either to your face or in the post or text message or whatever. Thank you, Father, it's wonderful, keep it going and keep it up and all the rest. So thank you for all that, folks.
Yeah, also myself, I wanted to give you thanks. I wanted to be grateful. I am grateful for the welcoming that you have given us here in the parish in Newry. Even though, I mean, we have come many times, we have been around because the seminary is just in Dundalk around the corner. But, I mean, this welcoming in the parish, here in the house also, the priest here in the house, all of you seeing us outside walking and greeting us, has been very, I mean, for me, very encouraging in this time. Then hopefully we will see each other in one way or another. I mean, it's not that we are going to the ends of the world, we are still, we will go for holidays and then we will be back. And we don't know what God has prepared, for sure will be something good. And I mean, I just would like to add, whatever it happens also, that they are speaking about this second wave of the virus, whatever, means nothing to be afraid. I mean, I always recall myself these words of John Paul II, do not be afraid. Because myself also, I mean, I have seen myself in this time, in the pandemic time, start to know things about myself. I mean, a lot of time lockdown, so I start to discover things about myself, and maybe also sometimes my lack of trust in God or my lack of faith sometimes. And there is nothing to be scandalized. And you just recall this word, do not be afraid, no? Don't be afraid. Because of course at the beginning with the lockdown in Spain and everything, having my family there, I was a bit anxious, not knowing what was going to happen. And at the end I realized that God has everything under control. Even if I don't have it, and I would like to have it sometimes, but God has everything under control. So also with this prayer, with this rosary, has helping me to understand that God is in control of the situation. So this is also, something that I would just like to tell you from my own experience. This is not to be afraid, because God really loves you and He is taking care of you and your family and your friends and everyone.
I want to thank you, my brothers and sisters, for praying for us and for remembering our intentions, because we constantly have a lot of intentions you giving us, and sometimes we are maybe too tired or too busy to remember, but you help us a lot by remembering our intentions in your prayers, and I want to thank you very much for that.
The empty pews in the Cathedral, St. Bridget's and Mary's call, and the call is, we miss you, and we really miss you. We miss your faces, your good faces in the church. So I'm looking forward with great hope to see you again in the church, because this is extremely important. We create let's say like a family using this modern technology, but always the most important is meeting personally with you, and this is incredible. Also, personal contact with God is something which is the base for every one of us. But also this in the parish life, the personal contact with the people is very important. So looking forward, to see you back in the church, in the Cathedral, St. Bridget's, St. Mary's, and there will be great hope again to celebrate Mass with you. Enjoy this joy to be together and together worship Almighty God.
God bless everyone.
God bless you.
God bless you.
Thank you.